Good day, sir. We are group number 2 and we're discussing about mooring operation. My group member is Yulin, Daklan, Padire, and also myself, Mercado. So the number 1 is our learning outcomes about this topic. So the learning outcomes is students should be able to have knowledge related to mooring operation, encompassing technical understanding, safety consideration, and the context of a mooring operation. So the number 1 question in our mind is, what is mooring operation? Mooring operation is one of the important tasks in seafarers to have performed on deck. Working on the ship decks is not an easy task. Deck crew has to consider various safety precautions and understand working of deck machinery and system along with the cargo equipment. So there are 10 important points to remember during operation on ships. So number 1 is don't allow any extra crew member on the deck. Anyone who is not assisting in the mooring operation must be asked to leave the mooring station for his own safety. Number 2, consider weather condition. Before planning the mooring operation, consider the weather condition by taking factors such as wind and current. The shipmaster and responsible officer must have the details commencing the mooring operation. So the number 3 is have knowledge of snapback zone and rope bit. All personnel involved with the mooring operation should be aware of the snapback zone and rope bit. Number 4 is check all the mooring equipment. Check all the equipment, mooring winch, drums, windlass, and etc. Involved in the mooring operation for any kind of problems. Proper routine maintenance is the key to ensure smooth running of mooring equipment and system. Don't forget to check the load sensors of mooring winches. So the number 5 is check the tail of mooring line. If the mooring wire line is provided with tail, short length of synthetic fiber rope which are placed in series with a vessel which is mounted wires to decrease mooring line stiffness and thus to reduce peak line's load.
Tend one line at a time. Only one line should be tended at a time during mooring operation. If this is not done, it may increase the load of the other tended lines. If two lines are tended together, it may lead the overload and breakage. Follow the orders of the master of responsible ship officer properly to avoid any kind of mishap. Keep a check on the mooring line load. Ensure the allowable breaking load in any of the mooring lines does not increase 55% of its maximum breaking load MBL. This is prevent to the line from breaking. Avoid mixed mooring. Mixed mooring is extremely dangerous. Generally, among the lines of the same size and material should be used for all leads. If this is not possible due to the available equipment, all lines in the same service, i.e. breast lines, spring lines, and head lines and stern lines should be of the same size and materials. The use of mixed mooring, comprising full-length synthetic ropes and conjunction with a wire should be avoided. If a synthetic ropes and wire are used to the same service, the wire will carry almost the entire load, while the synthetic rope carries practically none. Keep a continuous check. Load on the mooring lines must be checked continuously even the mooring operation is over. If there is any change in the ship ballast condition, the line must be slack or tightened accordingly. The condition of the rope materials should also be checked to foresee unfortunate accidents. Arrange mooring line symmetrical. All mooring line must be arranged symmetrical as possible with the breast line. The breast line should be perpendicular to the longitudinal center line of the ship. Spring line should be parallel to the longitudinal center line. Working load limit, WLL. The maximum load the mooring line should be subjected to the operational set base calculated from the standard environmental criteria. The WLL expresses the percentage of the ship design MBL and should be used in limiting value in the boat ship design operational mooring analysis. During operation, the WLL should not be exist. Line Management Plan, LMP, is used to manage the operation retirements of mooring lines and tails. The LMP also documents requirements, assumption, and evaluation method used in determining the retirement criteria. Mooring Ship Management Plan, MSMP. This is the specific and complements and the ship safety management system through a goal-based approach. Core elements of the mooring system is identified against which high-level goals are established supported by more detailed function requirements.
Case study: mooring line failure on board. A large LNG carrier was docked in an LNG terminal in UK. The 345.30 m LOA carrier was moored with a total number of 20 lines, high modulus polyethylene ropes following the 3 to 4 and aft rolls. The vessels had 22 lines on board as per manufacturer requirements to be used during mooring operation of 44 mm diameter straight line, superline, extra high modulus polyethylene HMPE with a specific minimum breaking load. What happened? While vessels was moored, a line part an injury, third officer who suffered severe injuries. The prevailing wind was stretching max 3 straight with extended gust. One of the four spring lines part due the tensile overload, even to the load being applied to the line. At the time was less than a quarter of the specified minimum breaking load.
Keep a continuous check. Load on the mooring lines must be checked continuously even after the mooring operation is over. If there is any change in the ship's ballast condition, the lines must be slacked or tightened accordingly. The condition of the rope material should also be checked to foresee unfortunate accidents. Mooring line, make sure that none of the mooring line's permitted breaking loads exceeds their maximum breaking load by more than 55%. By doing this, the line will not break. Hold the mooring line in place, but if it starts to strain too much, surge of payout enough line to prevent it from parting. The mooring lines of ships berthed in river or tidal berths or berths where passing marine traffic occurs need to be constantly watched to make sure they don't become slack. To keep the ship's balance, water should flow into and out of the ballast tank.